Hi future officers, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's CT360 series session on EduTap, in which we cover the most important G and ESI current affairs from the exam point of view. So my dear friends, once again a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session, in which we will be covering the most important news articles of 22nd and 23rd of November 2024, and this session is really going to be helpful for all the aspirants who are preparing for RBI NABARD and the CV exam. So my dear friends, if you have still not started with your preparation, make sure that you are starting it by today onwards, because if you will be in the habit of covering the current affairs, then only it is really going to be helpful for all of you for your upcoming exams. Because अगर आप अभी से शुरू करेंगे अपने एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन की, तो definitely it is going to help you in the longer run, and you will be able to identify what are the different dimensions, what is the approach that we should use in order to cover those topics. So I believe कि I am really audible and visible to all of you, and we are good to go with the today's session. So these are the topics that we will be covering in the today's session, where we are having the topics which are relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2, that is these two reports that I have brought here today, and the other one are the topics which are relevant for only phase 1 of the exam. ठीक है, तो start करते हैं अपने पहले topic के साथ, which is relevant for both phase 1 and the phase 2 of the exam, that is the climate change performance index. So guys, let me tell you that we are really taking a lot of efforts in order to mitigate the climate change, and that is the reason that in order to track whether we are on the right direction of covering these particular things and achieving the targets, that's why climate change performance index was been recently launched during the United Nations climate conference which held in Baku. तो बाकू के अंदर रिसेंटली यूनाइटेड नेशंस की क्लाइमेट कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई, एंड ड्यूरिंग विच द क्लाइमेट चेंज परफॉर्मेंस इंडेक्स वाज बीन लॉन्च्ड. And my dear friends, when we talk about any report, we always tell you that there are some certain dimensions that we are required to cover from these reports and indices. So what exactly are the dimensions that we need to cover from here? First thing is that which is the body which releases this report. So basically it has been released by German Watch, New Climate Institute, Climate Action Network International, German Watch, Climate Institute, Climate Action Network International. So these are the organizations which develop this climate change performance index. Now when I talk about that, what exactly this particular index do, basically it is a tool to increase transparency in international climate change policy. तो जो हमारी international climate change policy है, उसकी तरफ the way we are moving towards it, and whether it is being amended and whether it is basically being performed in a well structured manner or not. So that's why we are having this particular report. आप देख सकते हो कि with the help of this index we will be able to compare, हम compare कर सकते हैं climate mitigation efforts को and the progress of individual countries. तो individual countries की progress को track कर सकते हैं, whether they are going in the right direction or not, whether basically they are following these particular efforts that we have targeted to achieve. For example, India is having this particular target of becoming net zero carbon emission country. Can anybody tell me in the chat box by which year we are targeting this part? By which year India is targeting to become net zero carbon emission country? So guys, I will be telling you that in the upcoming part of the session. So now we can see that this CCPI 2025 ये evaluate करता है और compare करता है climate protection performance को. किसकी? About 63 countries और साथ साथ European Union, which accounts for 90% of the global greenhouse gas emission. तो 90% global greenhouse gas emissions in 63 countries और यूरोपियन यूनियन से आते हैं, जिसको ये particular report assess करती है. ठीक है? So now guys, basically there are some particular categories across which this report is tracking the progress of the countries, right? And what exactly these are? So there are basically 4 categories. First thing is the GHG emissions, which is having the weightage of 40%. Renewable energy with the 20% weightage, energy use 20% weightage, and climate policy 20%. तो यहाँ पर weightage इतना important नहीं है, but yes, these 4 categories are very important. That is greenhouse gas emission, renewable energy की तरफ कितना हम काम कर रहे हैं, energy usage कैसा है, और climate policy जिसको हम follow कर रहे हैं for achieving our different targets. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर हमने 2 चीजों को cover किया. What exactly a body which releases this report, then what is the structure, what are the categories which are across which these particular countries are being assessed. Now the third important point is the ranking. Let me tell you guys that this report has left the first 3 ranks empty because there was not a single country which has performed that much better, and that's why here the Denmark, which is on the top, it is on the 4th position. तो आप यहाँ देख सकते हो the remaining top 5 countries are Denmark, Netherlands, UK, Philippines and Morocco. So these are the top 5 performers of this climate change performance index. Now let me tell you guys, when we talk about the bottom countries, so it includes United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and the Islamic Republic of Iran. So these are the bottom 3 countries in the climate change performance index. Now guys, you will really be glad to see that China and US, which are one of the top 2 largest greenhouse gas emitters, they are on the 55th and 57th place. So China is on the 55th place and US is on the 57th place. But now you must be thinking that, okay, we have covered the top 5 performers, we have covered the bottom 3 performers. So what exactly is the rank of India? Because in every reported indices, the rank of India is really very important. So let me tell you here that India was positioned on the 10th position in the climate change performance index. So India 10th position पर था. First 3 rankings हमारे एकदम empty हैं. उसके बाद Denmark is on the 4th position, which has topped this particular index. Okay, now let's move on to the key important findings from this report. So I have already discussed that the first 3 places were empty in this report, as not a single country was there which has achieved a very high rating. Now when we talk about the India's per capita emissions, so India's per capita emission stands at 2.9 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. But यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, अगर हम global average की बात करते हैं तो globally it is 6.6 tons, but India is really at a very lower position in this, that is 2.9 tons. So that is really a good part from the India. Now India and UK are the only 2 G20 countries among the high performers in the climate change performance index. और बाकी चीजों को हम ऑलरेडी कवर कर चुके हैं. चाइना जो कि वर्ल्ड की बिगेस्ट एमिटर है वो 55th प्लेस पे है, और यूएस which is the second largest emitter, it is on the 57th place. Now guys, when I talk about India, so India, we all know that India is having a target of achieving the net zero carbon emission free country by which year. I asked you to answer in the chat box. So guys, आपको सिर्फ देखना नहीं है सेशन, आपको chat box के अंदर participate भी करना है. See, let us see as who has given me the answer in the chat box. So there is not a single person who has answered the question. Whether you guys are not aware of it, do not worry, I will tell you that by 2070, India is targeting to achieve the net zero carbon emission free country status. Apart from that, India is also having the target of having 500 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity. Can anybody tell me by which year we are targeting this? So we all know that there are sustainable development goals that we are targeting to achieve. And by what year? 2030. And same is the target of India, that India want to achieve this target by 2030. So ये timeline याद रखिए, it is really going to be very helpful for all of you in your exam. So that was all about this particular climate change performance index. I believe आप सभी को ये एकदम clear होगा. अब हम बढ़ते हैं अपने अगले important index की तरफ, that is the sustainable trade index. तो sustainable trade index को recently launch किया गया था. Once again, we will be going with the same point of method, that is which is the releasing body for this index. It is released by Heinrich Foundation along with IMD. तो Heinrich Foundation IMD के साथ मिलकर इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज करता है और ये रैंक करता है ग्लोबल इकोनॉमीज को इन द ट्रेड सस्टेनेबिलिटी, कि उनकी जो ट्रेड है, the way they are trading, whether that way is sustainable or not. And this has been done across the 3 important pillars, that is इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, सोसाइटल एडवांसमेंट एंड एनवायरमेंटल रेजिलियंस. तो इन तीनों ही फैक्टर्स को देखते हुए दिस रिपोर्ट रैंक्स द ग्लोबल इकोनॉमीज on the trade sustainability. Now you must be having the question that what exactly the sustainable trade is all about. Sustainable trade क्या है? तो एक ऐसा ट्रेड है जहां पर which is going to provide mutually beneficial outcome. जो दोनों ही ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर्स हैं उनके बीच में mutually beneficial outcomes को प्रोवाइड करे, effectively balancing all these 3 indicators, that is economic growth, societal advancement and environmental resilience. तो इन तीनों को ही इकट्ठा प्रोवाइड करेगा, and that is what we call a sustainable trade. ठीक है जी. तो अब आती है बारी हमारी इंपॉर्टेंट रैंकिंग्स की. सो हियर न्यूजीलैंड इज ऑन द टॉप, यूके इज ऑन द सेकंड पोजीशन, फॉलोड बाय ऑस्ट्रेलिया, सिंगापुर एंड जापान. और यहां पर मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं दैट न्यूजीलैंड हैज रिटेन्ड इट्स फर्स्ट पोजीशन for the 3rd consecutive year. That means New Zealand is having the most sustainable trade across the globe as per this Sustainable Trade Index 2024. Now one question will be there in your mind that what exactly is India's position. India की position क्या है इस index के अंदर? So India is ranked 23rd in this index. इंडिया का स्कोर था ओवरऑल 24 और इंडिया की रैंक है 23 इन दिस इंडेक्स. हम देख सकते हैं इन द टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक पिलर इट इज रैंक 16th, सोसाइटल में इट इज रैंक 28, एनवायरमेंटल में इट इज रैंक 28. ठीक है, तो यहां पर जो हमारे पिलर्स वाली रैंकिंग है इट इज नॉट दैट इंपॉर्टेंट, बट यस आई हैव टोल्ड यू. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट गाइस, यू आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर दीज स्कोर्स. ये स्कोर्स आपको याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just for the presentation point of view, I have mentioned them. The most important part is that which are these countries, which are the top 5 countries in the Sustainable Trade Index 2024. So with this, we are done with the important rankings part. Now moving on to the key findings. So it is the most sustainable trade economy for the 3rd consecutive edition. The name is New Zealand. इंडिया की बात करते हैं, इंडिया 5th largest economy है which has made significant strides in its economic growth. ठीक है, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस स्टिल एज इंडिया has performed really well in its economic part, but in the remaining 2 part India is not performing well, and that is why there are some challenges which persist before India. For example, poverty, inequality, and apart from that it also includes societal challenges which includes gender inequality and the environmental issues also. As you can also see, the air pollution is one of the major issue that we are facing right now in our nation. So guys, these are the important findings from the Sustainable Trade Index 2024. So with this part guys, we are done with the both important reports, that is Sustainable Trade Index and the Climate Change Performance Index. Now let's move on to the other important topics which are relevant for only phase 1 of the exam. तो पहला टॉपिक यहाँ पर है हमारा, दैट इज इंटरनेशनल टूरिज्म मार्ट. तो इंटरनेशनल टूरिज्म मार्ट आपके सामने है. 12th एडिशन इस टूरिज्म मार्ट का रिसेंटली कंडक्ट किया गया. एंड गाइस लेट मी टेल यू अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, दैट व्हेनेवर सच काइंड ऑफ इवेंट इज टेकिंग प्लेस, वी हैव टू कवर दैट who will be organizing this particular event, where it will be organized, what is the objective of this event. So when I talk about this event, it will be organized by Ministry of Tourism. Ministry of Tourism will be organizing 12th edition of International Tourism Mart. So this particular mart is really going to bring together the different buyers, sellers, government, media and the other stakeholders, and together they will be having a one-stop center where they will be just bringing together tourism businesses and entrepreneurs from the 8 northeastern states. तो ये basically guys, as you can see that it is related focusing on the northeastern states. तो northeastern states हमारी कौन सी हैं जिसको ये focus करेगा? That is असम, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, मणिपुर, मेघालय, मिजोरम, नागालैंड, त्रिपुरा एंड सिक्किम. और ये कहां पर होगा? इट विल बी टेकिंग प्लेस इन काजीरंगा, असम. अगर हम बात करें काजीरंगा गए, तो काजीरंगा नेशनल पार्क एक यूनेस्को हेरिटेज साइट है, राइट? तो यूनेस्को हेरिटेज साइट है काजीरंगा नेशनल पार्क. अब आपको मुझे बताना है कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर विच इज द न्यूएस्ट एंड द 43rd यूनेस्को साइट ऑफ इंडिया. तो ये आप मुझे बताएंगे कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, कमेंट सेक्शन में आप सभी को मुझे बताना है. अगर हम बात करते हैं इंटरनेशनल टूरिज्म मार्ट की, तो एक एनुअल इवेंट है जो कि हाईलाइट करता है टूरिज्म पोटेंशियल. कहां का? एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स. तो नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स का जो टूरिज्म पोटेंशियल है उसको ये हाईलाइट करेगा फॉर बोथ डोमेस्टिक एंड इंटरनेशनल ऑडियंसेस. So with this we are done with all the important details of international tourism mart. ठीक है, so I hope this is clear. Moving on to the next part, that is the लोक मंथन 2024. तो लोक मंथन 2024 इसको मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ बेसिकली अगर हम बात करते हैं तो वंस अगेन द वेन्यू ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर लोक मंथन 2024 विल बी हैदराबाद, तेलंगाना. ठीक है, एंड इट इज नॉट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म गाइस. देयर आर सो मेनी other entities which are behind the organizing of the Lok Manthan 2024 which we are not required to cover. Okay, so it is not organized by Ministry of Tourism. Please forget this part. The venue of this Lok Manthan 2024 is Hyderabad, Telangana, and recently the Lok Manthan 2024 was inaugurated by Indian President. Okay, and this is being held with the theme of Lok अवलोकन. तो लोक अवलोकन थीम है लोक मंथन 2024 की, और ये भारत का दैट इज इंडियाज लार्जेस्ट कोलोकियम है विच सेलिब्रेट्स द डाइवर्सिटी इन द कल्चर ऑफ आवर कंट्री. right? And it really works towards breaking the artificial divisions that we have developed in our minds, and it builds bridges across the different people of the civilization. We all know that India is really a very diverse country, right? So many cultures, so many religions are there. So उनके बीच में जो भी barriers हैं उनको build up करना और एक bridge करना उन barriers, bridge करना उन सभी लोगों को, that is what the key aim of the Lok Manthan 2024. So I hope this is clear to all of you. So this is something we need to remember from the Lok Manthan. Moving to the next important news article, guys, a very important one, that is Rafael Nadal has retired from tennis, who is also known as the Clay King. He has announced his retirement, and recently he participated in the Davis Cup where he lost in the quarterfinal single opener, and he lost to this person from the Netherlands. ठीक है, अगर हम बात करते हैं राफेल नडाल की, वो कौन सी कंट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं, ही इज फ्रॉम स्पेन, और उन्होंने कितने ग्रैंड स्लैम इवेंट्स को जीता अपने एंटायर करियर में. सो दिस इज समथिंग वी नीड टू रिमेंबर. सो दिस इज बेसिकली 22 ग्रैंड स्लैम्स व्हिच ही हैज वन इन हिज एंटायर करियर. और ये ग्रैंड स्लैम्स कौन से हैं? यूएस ओपन जो उन्होंने 4 टाइम्स जीता है, विंबलडन 2 टाइम्स, ऑस्ट्रेलियन ओपन 2 टाइम्स एंड फ्रेंच ओपन 14 टाइम्स. ठीक है. सो वी ऑल नो गाइस, रिसेंटली आरबीआई ग्रेड बी ऑफिसर का जो एग्जाम था, वहां पर कार्लोस अल्कराज के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आया था कि उन्होंने कौन सा ये जो ग्रैंड स्लैम है नहीं जीता है अभी तक. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए अभी ये जो राफेल नडाल ही हैज अनाउंस्ड हिज रिटायरमेंट, इन्होंने कितने ग्रैंड स्लैम जीते हैं और सभी ग्रैंड स्लैम्स में क्या नंबर है, ये हमने आपके साथ डिस्कस किया है अपने सेशन के अंदर. ठीक है, सो आई बिलीव कि आप सभी को पॉइंट एकदम क्लियर है. बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. सो नेक्स्ट न्यूज आर्टिकल इज अबाउट इंदिरा गांधी पीस प्राइज 2023. So this prize was been recently conferred to 2 people on the birth anniversary of former late Prime Minister of India, that is Indira Gandhi ji, and this has been done on 19th of November. ठीक है, and what are the people who have been given this prize? The people who have been given this prizes, Daniel Barenboim and Ali Abu Awad. So इन दो लोगों को इंदिरा गांधी प्राइज फॉर पीस, डिसआर्मामेंट एंड डेवलपमेंट फॉर 2023 दिया गया है. And when we talk about this part, so why they have been awarded? They have been awarded for dedicating their lives, promoting amity among Israeli and Palestinian people. अगर हम बात करते हैं डैनियल बैरनबॉयम और अली अबू अवद की, तो ये जो डैनियल बैरनबॉयम है ये अर्जेंटीना के हैं, and he is a classical pianist and conductor and renowned for performing with and directing leading orchestras in the world. अगर हम बात करते हैं अली अबू अवद की, तो he is an eminent Palestinian peace activist, and both these people have been awarded the Indira Peace Prize 2023. और कब बर्थ एनिवर्सरी होती है इंदिरा गांधी जी की? That is on 19th of November. I hope these points are clear to all of you. Moving to the next part, that is the new president of International Mind Sports Association. तो इंडिया के नंदन कुमार झा जी को रिसेंटली अपॉइंट किया गया है एज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द इंटरनेशनल माइंड स्पोर्ट्स एसोसिएशन. ये ग्लोबल बॉडी है विच लुक्स आफ्टर द गवर्नेंस एंड प्रमोशन ऑफ द माइंड स्पोर्ट्स. And let me tell you that this body also works with the International Olympic Committee in order to integrate mind sports into the mainstream global sport. जो हमारा mainstream global sport है उसके साथ इंटीग्रेट करने का एक टारगेट है इनका माइंड स्पोर्ट्स को. ठीक है, so this is the news article on the new appointment that we need to cover. Moving to the next news article, that is the 43rd edition of India International Trade Fair 2024. So guys, when we talk about the India International Trade Fair, it will be taking place from 14th to 27th of November 2024, and where it will be conducted in New Delhi, right? Now guys, the next important point is which body is organizing this particular fair. So it will be organized by India Trade Promotion Organization, ITPO, which is one of the organization under the Ministry of Commerce, which basically showcases about the achievements in the trade promotion, right? And apart from that, whenever we are having such kind of event and there are some focus in partner states, so they also become important to be covered. When I talk about the focus in partner states for India International Trade Fair, so the partner states are Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and the focus state is Jharkhand for this event. Now guys, these kind of events always comes up with some theme. They are always launched with some theme. So what is the theme for India International Trade Fair? The theme for this fair is Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047. We all know that we are looking after a developed India by 2047, when India will be completing its 100 years of independence, right? So that is what the theme is, Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047. That is the theme of 43rd edition of India International Trade Fair. Now moving on to the next news article. So it is about the Sea Vigil 24. ये एक डिफेंस एक्सरसाइज है, कोस्टल डिफेंस एक्सरसाइज है, which is being conducted recently this year. Fourth edition of the Sea Vigil exercise has been conducted, and it was in this exercise so many organizations has participated. For example, Indian Navy, Indian Army, Indian Air Force, Indian Coast Guard, State Maritime, Marine Police, Customs, BSF, CISF, Port Authorities, and some other important organizations. And this exercise definitely shows India's unwavering commitment to the coastal security. And guys, apart from this particular exercise, let me tell you, that also checks the interoperability of the different organizations, that if there comes a kind of uncertainty across the coastal region of our country and a kind of threat comes, then how exactly we will be able to efficiently work as a single unit in order to fight against that threat. So that is why the exercise Sea Vigil 24 was being held recently. And now, my dear friends, it's the time for the MCQs. So we are done with this important parts. Now it's the time for the MCQs, and now all of you are requested to make sure that you will be telling me the right answer about these MCQs in the comment section. क्योंकि सिर्फ इन करंट अफेयर न्यूज आर्टिकल्स को पढ़ना ही काफी नहीं है, वी आर ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड टू मेक श्योर दैट वी आर एबल टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन इन द एग्जाम, और उसके लिए प्रैक्टिस करना बहुत जरूरी है। तो पहला क्वेश्चन आप सभी के सामने, ऑन द क्लाइमेट चेंज परफॉर्मेंस इंडेक्स आपको आइडेंटिफाई करनी है करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट है। तो पहली स्टेटमेंट, it evaluates climate protection performance of 63 countries and European Union, which is absolutely right. Second statement, India ranks among the top 10 performers. So absolutely right, India's rank was 10th in the CCPI, right? With its per capita emissions standing at 6.6 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Do you really think that this statement is correct, guys? Because अगर हम बात करें इंडिया का per capita emission, it is 2.9 tons carbon dioxide equivalent, and the 6.6 ton is the global average, right? So that means second statement is incorrect. Third statement is that it leaves first three places empty as no country performed well enough for a very high rating. So yes, third statement is also correct. So what will be the right answer? Right answer will be option 1 and option C, that is only 1 and 3. 1 and 3 statements, both of them are correct. So I can see that yes, many people are able to answer the questions correctly. बढ़ते हैं अगले question की तरफ. Next question is a fill in the blank question from the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace. So we have to identify which of the following statements are correct. यहाँ पर मैं आपको बता दूं, अगर आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ नाम भी याद हैं, still you will not be able to answer the question. Why so? Because आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पर कंट्रीज का भी नाम दिया गया है, तो हमें इसी तरीके से देखना है कि वो जो ऑप्शन है वो कंट्रीज के साथ भी अलाइन हो। तो डैनियल बैरनबॉयम, he is from Argentina. Ali Abu Awad is from Palestine. So option A will be the right answer to this question. Next question is about the Sustainable Trade Index 2024. So आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन सी स्टेटमेंट यहाँ पर करेक्ट है। I can see here that Silky, Shalini, Gururaj, all of the people have given me the right answer to these questions. अब बढ़ते हैं हम अपने अगले इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट की क्वेश्चन की तरफ। आपको आइडेंटिफाई करने कौन से स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्ट है। पहली स्टेटमेंट, रिलीज कौन कर रहा है? हेनरिच फाउंडेशन एंड IMD। एब्सोल्युटली राइट। ग्लोबल इकोनॉमीज को रैंक करता है ऑन इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, सोसाइटल एडवांसमेंट एंड एनवायरमेंटल रेजिलियंस, बिल्कुल करेक्ट है। सेकंड स्टेटमेंट, इसको टॉप किसने किया? न्यूजीलैंड ने टॉप किया, और it is the most sustainable trade economy for the third consecutive edition. Absolutely right. Moving to the third statement, India is ranked among the top 10 economies in the index. So guys, is the third statement correct here? When we talk about the sustainable trade index, we all know that India was ranked 23rd with the score of 24, right? So the third statement is incorrect. Right answer will be option A, that is only 1 and 2. So this is the right answer, and again I can see Silky, Gururaj, all the people have given the right answer to this question. Now guys, if still you are not able to answer the question correctly, तो आप सभी के लिए मेरे पास एक homework question भी है to go back to the session and to again watch it and try to answer the homework question in the comment section. और जो student इस question का सही answer करेगा comment section के अंदर, that student will be the star performer of the today's session. Okay? तो यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन आपके सामने है, आप मुझे बताएंगे चैट बॉक्स के अंदर क्या है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर। इसके अलावा अगर हम बात करें स्टार परफॉर्मर अपने पुराने सेशन की, सो दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू एंड द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन ए, एंड द क्वेश्चन वाज अबाउट हमारा शौचालय हमारा सम्मान, जहां पर आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना था करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स को। तो स्टेटमेंट 1 and 2 आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट। तो यहां पर आप देख सकते हैं हमारे स्टार परफॉर्मर्स, सो अनु, मुस्कान, दीपांश, शरत, अमृत, गुरुराज, शुभा, गरिमा, Life, Mohit, Divya, Shubhi, Bhavani. So all these people guys, well done, and you have given me the right answer to the homework question. और इसी तरीके से आप प्रिपरेशन करते रहिए और क्वेश्चंस का आंसर सही करते रहिए. दैट रियली शोज कि आपकी जो प्रिपरेशन है वो एकदम सही डायरेक्शन में है. यू आर जस्ट रिक्वायर्ड टू कीप अप द मोमेंटम. ओके, तो इसी तरीके से अच्छे से पढ़ते रहिए और मुझे बताते रहिए क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. अगर आप अभी न्यू है हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल पर, काइंडली सब्सक्राइब इट और आप प्रेस कीजिए बेल आइकन को टू रिसीव ऑल द लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स ऑफ द कोर्सेज एंड वीडियोस ऑफर्ड बाय अस. और हमारी जो टेलीग्राम चैनल आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, जहां से आपको एक्सेसिबिलिटी मिलेगी हमारे इन सेशंस के पीडीएफ का, जो आपके लिए काफी हेल्पफुल होगा इन सभी सेशंस की रिवीजन के लिए. तो ज्वाइन कीजिए टेलीग्राम चैनल बाय क्लिकिंग ऑन द लिंक गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन. नाउ गाइस, दैट वाज ऑल फ्रॉम द टुडेज सेशन. आई बिलीव कि ये सेशन आपके लिए काफी यूजफुल एंड फ्रूटफुल था, एंड यू कैन ऑल्सो लेट मी नो अबाउट दैट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन वेदर इट वाज यूजफुल एंड फ्रूटफुल टू ऑल ऑफ यू. And if you are having any more queries related to the session or related to your preparation, you can definitely tell me and ask your queries in the comment section. I will be answering there as well. Apart from that, you can also email to us at hello@edutap.co.in और आप हमें कॉल भी कर सकते हैं 8146207241 पर. So guys, I believe that today's session was really useful and fruitful to all of you. I will keep on coming up with such more sessions. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all